Hello. How are you?
Oh, hi friends. I forgot I had moved my mic all the way across the thing.
How's your week been? How are you now that we're a month into the new year? Happy Chinese New Year if you celebrate, because the day that this episode goes up is the Chinese New Year. I don't know. This week we're talking about herbs. Your herbs and what you can use them for.
Herbs.
Your herbs.
Is the good one on here?
What do you mean the good one?
Don't worry about it. No. It's not. Let's just get right on in it.
Yeah, let's just jump right on in.
So we're going to start with something called Adam and Eve root. It's principally used by lovers. One lover carries the Eve root and the other lover carries the Adam root. This keeps your lover true to you and discourages rivals. Carry both roots in a small bag at all times for attraction, to bring love to you, or for a marriage proposal.
Oh.
Let's see. Let me make sure that's all I have on that. That one. Yeah. So, if you're lonely.
Basil or basil, depending on where you're from.
That but sounds wrong. I mean, it's not, but
I think as a name in like Europe, it's basil, which I love.
I get that.
But I'm going to say basil because that's just how I say it. Let's see. Basil is part of the fire element. It's said that where basil grows, no evil goes. Basil has been used for centuries for protective, money drawing, love drawing, herbal magic. Carrying basil in your pocket or adding it to a money sachet will bring wealth, and business owners should place some in their cash registers to keep them ringing. That's actually a pretty good idea. Like, that's something I can do, is put a piece of basil in our money box at work. He'll probably be like, why is there greenery in here? Grow basil near the front door to keep evil spirits away, and sprinkle dried basil in the corner of every room for protection. Basil is also used in love divinations. To see if a relationship will last, light a coal and let it get good and hot. And when it's ready, place 2 basil leaves on top. If they burn quietly, the relationship will be peaceful. If they cackle and hiss, there will be arguments. If they burst apart from each other, the relationship will end badly.
Also, basil can be used in exorcisms. It's associated with Candlemas. Carry it to move forward in a positive manner despite perilous danger. You can sprinkle an infusion of basil. This is a little odd, but I mean, if you can get by with it, sprinkle an infusion of basil outside of the building where you hope to be employed for good luck in a job interview.
Oh.
Or in your business to attract money and success. It's also called, I didn't know this, St. Joseph's wort. I've heard of St. Joseph's wort.
I didn't realize those were the same thing.
Right. It's also called witch's herb. Okay. Let's go with angelica. It's an herb from the carrot family. Been used for hundreds of years for medicinal purposes. It got its name from the belief that it was an archangel who revealed angelica's uses to treat illness. During the Middle Ages, angelica was thought to cure the plague and protect children from dark witchcraft. Be careful consuming angelica, since some parts of the plants can be toxic when ingested. It's used for cleansing, banishing, and protection. It's mildly toxic when eaten, treats aches, pains, sores, and cuts, and it's from the air element. Pretty sure It's protects against negative energy and attracts positive energy, creates a barrier against the negative. Use it in healing and exorcism. Incenses, scatter for purification, protection, and uncrossing. Add to incense to promote healing or to the bath to remove curses, hexes, or spells. It's also thought to promote temperance. Sprinkle ground herb in the shoes to prevent tiredness and weakness. Sprinkle around the outside perimeter of your home for protection and exorcism. Burn to bring lost love back to you. It's also called masterwort, garden angel, angelica root.
I was going to say, I've heard angelica root.
I think that's all I got for that. Also, let's just put this disclaimer out here. Don't eat things or otherwise put them on your body in any shape, form, or fashion without proper research and or consultation with an actual physician.
Yeah, don't be like making like topical ointments and stuff if you don't know especially if you don't know what you're doing.
We are not doctors.
No.
We are not physicians. We do not have medical degrees. We cannot advise you on medical things.
Right. I mean, I know a lot of people are into like alternative medicine and that kind of stuff, which is fine, but do so at your own risk. It has nothing to do with us. Was that it?
Yep.
Bay laurel or bay leaf. It's also part of the fire element. Bay leaves are used to promote psychic powers, and placing the leaves under your pillow will help you have prophetic dreams and aid in dream recall. All that aside, its real power lies in protection and purification. Wearing a sprig of bay leaf repels evil, and it can also be used to asperge during purification rituals. Mixed with frankincense, bay is a fantastic purification incense. Mixed with sandalwood, it can remove curses. In witchcraft, bay leaves are sometimes used for simple wishing spells. Write your desire out on a dried leaf, then allow it to burn completely.
Have you ever done that? I've done that.
I don't know.
Bay leaves are very versatile in that range. Like I definitely, when I do simmer pots, I will write things on bay leaves and put them in the simmer pot.
Yeah. I feel like I have done that.
Bay leaves are just, that's good flavor to put in your food. I wouldn't eat it. You can eat it, but I wouldn't. It's very bitter.
Yeah.
Like when you go out to like a Mexican restaurant and they come out with a big ass green leaf of some sort. That's a bay leaf.
Yeah.
Just throw it in there. Is that all you had on that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, you're okay.
That can also be used as an insect repellent. It improves digestion. Maybe that's why I always get explosive diarrhea after eating Mexican. It helps manage the BDs. It fights fungal infections, reduces stress, and lowers inflammation. Just in case y'all are wondering, the resources that I have used have some stuff on the stuff that she's talking about as well. So I'm just making sure that we got all of it.
Yeah.
You can place it in your pillow for sound sleep or you said
for dreams. Yeah. I might try that.
Keeping a potted plant to protect the home from lightning.
That's a good idea too. But yeah, I might try that for like the dream aspect because I do be liking to have like vivid dreams,
right?
And I do like to remember them. The most like I think I've said before is like some of the dreams that I've had that have involved that I felt were like, I wouldn't say psychic, but maybe like medium like, where I've been visited by someone who has passed.
Those are always the best / craziest ones.
Yes. And like those are the ones that I always remember in like vivid detail. And
Yeah, you're right.
I think I've only had the one where it was somebody not connected to me at all. And that really...
I don't think I know which one you're talking about.
That's the one with y'all's friend that y'all have like the golf tournament for.
I don't remember us. I feel like vaguely we talked about it, but I don't remember.
But like that one still, I still think about that one all the time. Because it was so... It was one of those things where it's like, why would I be dreaming? Like, I didn't know this person at all.
You'll have to refresh me on that one.
Yeah. Because, like, it just seemed so out of the norm that it still strikes me as odd.
See, what gets me is like...
Because I'm like, of all of the people that, like, would have been around this person that would have been receptive to a dream like that, I feel like there's plenty.
Yeah.
So there's no need for, if it was, I don't know. It just strikes me as bizarre. And it's the only one I've ever had that wasn't familial.
Right. Well,
so like, that's the reason why it stands out as so.
What gets me is it's always the dreams that I have with those that have passed are never the ones that I want them to be.
Oh, yeah.
I've never, that I can remember, dreamed about either of my grandparents.
Mm-hmm. I've had 2 grandparents.
I've never, and like, because all 4 of mine are gone.
Mm-hmm.
I've never, that I can remember, I've never dreamed about them. If I did, it didn't stick with me. I have dreamed about my childhood friend that passed.
Mm-hmm.
I have dreamed about TJ's sister, and that was the craziest one.
Yeah.
I've dreamed about her a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's another one, but it's just not right there. But it's never the ones that I feel like I need to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do Belladonna.
I do like Belladonna.
Let's see if this is on that one. No. Belladonna is healing and forgetting past loves. Provides protection when placed in a secret place in the home. Place on a ritual altar to honor the deities and add energy to the rituals if that's your thing.
Yeah.
It's a deadly poison, so don't eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ingest it in any shape, form, or fashion. If you've never seen Practical Magic.
Right. I was going to say, in my little Temu cart, I have little stickers for us that go they're small print that go on the bottom of your rearview mirror, and it says the Belladonna's in my bag.
Oh, I love it.
And I was like, next Temu order, we're getting those.
I love it. If you've never seen that movie, I highly suggest it because it's a work of art.
Yeah. I love that movie.
Sandra Bullock, that's all I got to say. I love her. Anyway, it can also be called Banewort, Deadly Nightshade, Sorcerer's Berry, Witch's Berry, Death's Herb, Devil's Cherries, Fair Lady, Naughty Man's Cherries.
Ooh.
That's all I got on
Naughty
that one.
Man.
Right? Go for it.
Chamomile or chamomile.
I was like, what did you just say?
Chamomile. It is part of the water element. While Roman chamomile and German chamomile seem very similar, they're actually 2 distinct species. In either case, the sunny apple-smelling members of the daisy family are probably best known as a tasty bedtime tea. For this reason, they're often found in spells for sleep and relaxation. They're also used for luck and money drawing. That's it. I hate that we're getting to the time of year where, as we read into the episodes, my throat starts to hurt more and more throughout the episode.
You can sprinkle this around your house to remove hexes, curses, and spells. Burn it to add prosperity, or Burn it or add to prosperity bags to increase money. Burn it as incense for de-stressing, meditation, and restful sleep. Wash hands in an infusion of chamomile for luck, for gambling, or playing cards. Use in a bath magic to attract love. Keep a packet of the herb with the lottery tickets for luck. Oh, I've seen that, and I never knew what that was. It's also for, like, Spanish-speaking. Manzanilla.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on any of my other ones. That's all I got for that.
Cinnamon.
It's my turn. You just did candy.
Oh.
I was just
I
adding.
didn't realize you were adding still. Spoiler alert, my next one's cinnamon.
Thanks for the heads up.
You're welcome.
What did I do last? Belladonna?
Yes.
I'm looking for ones that have weird names, too. Because there are some. Bergamot? Bergamot? Okay. So this one...
I think it is bergamot.
I have used the oil before, like in simmer pots for this one.
Mm-hmm.
It smells like mothballs to me.
Really?
Yeah.
It is a scent that I enjoy.
I don't know. I can't decide if I like it or not.
I like it,
it's
particularly when it's with sandalwood.
It's kind of like mothballs, but also baby powder.
It's like I would say it's a musky smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's for money, prosperity, protection from evil and illness, improving memory, stopping interference, and promoting restful sleep. Carried in a sachet while gambling to draw luck and money.
Ooh.
Very powerful for attracting success.
Remember that when we go to Vegas.
Right. We should have done this before I went. Burn at any ritual to increase its power. It's also called orange mint.
Never heard that.
No, me neither. Oh, I had more for chamomile and I don't know. Anyway. And that's all I got to say about that.
Okay. Cinnamon is part of the fire element. As popular a spice as cinnamon is, a lot of cinnamon lovers have never even tasted the real thing. Most inexpensive cinnamon on the market is actually acacia bark, which has a very similar flavor, which that's interesting to know because I know someone who's allergic to cinnamon. And I wonder if it's just that she's allergic to this and not actual cinnamon.
Right.
But cinnamon is a high vibration plant that's wonderful when used in incense. It raises energy and protects and is virtually invaluable in money magic. Because of its sweet heat and association with Greek and Roman love goddesses, it's also added to love spells in order to warm the heart of your intended. This heat also makes it a helpful ingredient when you want spells to work quickly.
It can also stimulate psychic powers.
Ooh.
It's also called sweetwood. It can be used for shielding. Spirit evocation. Cinnamon, at one time in history, cinnamon was more valuable than gold.
Oh, wow.
It was even used in religious rites in ancient Egypt and medieval Europe. It can be used as an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, lowers cholesterol and blood sugar, and promotes heart health.
I knew that because I know you can get like cinnamon supplements.
Yeah.
I might have to try that. That sounds kind of interesting.
Right. Hold on. Let's do this. Also includes nuts. This list does. Let's go with I just saw something that I was like, I'm gonna do. Catnip. It is sacred to Bast, should be used in any ritual involving cats or cat deities, used with rose petals and love sachets. Sachets. I say sachets. My sister said sachets. Using sachets and spells designed to enhance beauty or happiness, provides protection while sleeping, mixed with dragon's blood to rid oneself of a behavioral problem or bad habit. Ooh. Can I slip that in like the kids? Something. Burn dried leaves for love magic. Grow near the home or hang over the door to attract good spirits and luck. It's also called cat's play, catmint, cat or nip, field balm, cat's wort. It brings in, it's love drawing, brings in relaxation, trance work, feline magic.
Say, I don't know if I can have like sachets of catnip around the house.
Your cats would be astronauts.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. I don't know that it would really bug Ziggy all that much because he really doesn't give two shits about it. But like Amara, she do be rolling around in the floor with her little rainbow.
My sister had a cat that was allergic to it, and it gave
Yeah.
Odin.
Yeah.
Had seizures.
But like I've got that little ball thing on the wall.
Yeah.
I like it when Willow rediscovers it because she'll 2 or 3 nights in a row. She'll just rub all over it. She'll get so wired. And then she will come crawling to bed and get in her little spot next to me and pass out.
See, cat zoomies are so much better than dog zoomies because they don't destroy things the way a Great Dane pit mix does.
I was going to say, but like Willow, sometimes it looks like a tornado done blew through the house after she gets the zoomies.
Yeah, but you've seen the zoomies I deal with in my house.
Little cat, it's so funny because like we'll hear running and we'll look and we'll see there's Ziggy over there, here's Willow, and there's Amara. Is that a little cat? Just bounding through the house at like midnight. And I was like, she only gets the zoomies about once a week. But when she gets them.
My favorite, because Ellie will parkour off of walls.
That's people, Willow.
Doors, whatever.
Yeah.
And she's a 60-pound dog.
Yeah.
So
I would love to see her and Willow have the zoomies at the same time.
Oh my gosh, it would be devastating.
Yeah. It could tear down a house.
But my favorite is like, she will randomly, like if we're working in the bedroom, she'll randomly get the zoomies and will literally just jump on the bed, jump around, flop around, wimbly nimbly, jump off the bed, turn around, jump back on the bed. And it's like this constantly, like it's a pattern.
That reminds me, do you need some little like pet steps for Loki to get up on the bed or anything?
I don't know if he'd use them. I have thought about it.
Because I have some. I bought some for poor Ziggy down there. And I was like, we tripped over them instantly. They're like memory foam though. They're not like hard steps, but like
I don't know if he'd use them.
I set up a return to Amazon and they were like, we don't want that shit back. We'll just give you your money back. So if you want to try them and see if he uses them, you can use them. If not, if he doesn't, I'll just donate them to the shelter or something.
I mean, it would be in his best interest to use them.
Yeah.
Because dogs like him do have back and hip issues.
Yeah.
And it is not good for their little statures to be jumping on and off furniture. Mm-hmm. However, trying to dissuade him from doing those things is useless.
Yeah.
I will also say that we didn't have too many issues with Cujo and his back and stuff like that. Like he had other issues, but it wasn't involving any stress to his back. And that dog jumped off of couches, beds, whatever.
Yeah.
But the responsible pet parent would be like, yeah, let's do it. And I'll make him do it. But if he uses it, cool. If he doesn't, oh well.
Yeah.
Sometimes he doesn't even quite make it up. He'll jump and miss and not quite make it on the bed.
Yeah.
But I had pet stairs to go to for when Juno got older, so that it would help her jump in because she was real heavy and I didn't want to pick her wide ass up.
Yeah.
She had a big booty.
Yeah, she was a pretty big, hefty dog.
But she wouldn't use those, and I couldn't get him to use them either, or Cujo to use them either. We didn't use them with him.
I mean, if you want to try them,
we can.
You can. We ended up taking them to the shop because I was thinking I had him take them, thinking that Amazon was going to want them back, and I was going to have to find a box to put them in, because they came to me like vacuum sealed.
Yeah.
And then, like, he had already left with them and was like, then Amazon was like, we don't want them shits back.
Right. I got to do an Amazon return on 2 things now. Maybe only one.
I'll get them.
Talk to Daniel. I have a project that if he wants to do, that would be great.
Okay. But yeah, I'll get them and you can try them. If after a couple of days he doesn't use them, then he's probably not going to. Right. And I can just donate them to the animal shelter or find somebody who needs some.
Right. Your turn.
Dandelion. It's the last dandelion.
We were just talking about dandelion the other night at trivia.
It is part of the air element, and these bright yellow flowers stubbornly dot lawns every summer. But if homeowners knew how magically useful they were, they might let them stay. Everyone knows the childhood ritual of making wishes before blowing on a dandelion's puffy seed heads, but they're also used to strengthen psychic abilities and contact spirits. Drink an infusion of dandelion leaves and roots before performing divination to get an added psychic boost. If you want to work with spirits, set a dish of hot tea out on your altar.
Be careful because that shit will give you diarrhea.
I was gonna say I have heard it is a laxative.
Oh, yeah. But it does open up those psychic abilities, and it's so we've said it before, it's part of the family that chicory's in.
Yeah. Ooh, that would be fun to drink that and then us to go to the shop again.
I have plans, but I need money.
Yeah.
I want to get a spirit voice box and go to the shop.
Yeah. We could probably do that.
They're not cheap. The good ones.
Yeah.
Hold on. So with dandelions, this even says it's a diuretic, mild laxative, improves liver and gallbladder function, normalizes blood sugar, lowers cholesterol, and fights inflammation.
I like that.
Charisma and success. Let's do... Okay, here's chicory. Frigidity favors removing obstacles and invisibility. It promotes a positive outlook and improved sense of humor. Place fresh flowers on the altar or burn as an incense. Anoint your body with chicory juice or an infusion of chicory to obtain flavors or favors from others. Burn as incense with a black skull candle to place a hex on an enemy. That's not recommended.
I'm just thinking about the term chicory juice.
You're right. It's also called blue sailors, coffee weed, and succory. And I don't think I saw it on any of my other things. I did not. So there's that.
Hibiscus. It's part of the water element. Hibiscus is a love and lust herb. Serve a little hibiscus tea with honey as an aphrodisiac and include the flowers in any love drawing sachets, incenses, or jar spells.
Let's do yarrow flower. Uses include healing, hand fasting, and weddings and divination. Draws love. Carry as a sachet or amulet to banish negativity, ward off fear, and promote courage, confidence, and psychic opening. Frequently used in marriage charms and love sachets. Said to keep a newly married couple happy for 7 years by keeping their love alive and preventing upsetting influences from entering the relationship. Place in a yellow flannel bag with a piece of parchment on which you have written your fears. Carry with you to overcome them. It's also called bloodwort, death flower, devil's nettle, lady's mantle, soldier's woundwort, thousand leaf, carpenter's weed.
I like ladies' mantle.
Right. Arrowroot.
For some reason, that just sounds like a vagina. I can't explain it.
I get it. That is the same thing, basically. Move on down this one. So this basically says that it was used to stanch blood flow from wounds. It's used in ancient Chinese divination practices. It treats hay fever, wounds, cuts, scrapes, and bruises. And it's an air element herb.
Wait, was that it?
Yep.
Lavender is part of the air element. The name lavender comes from the Latin levitus, which means bluish, and lavare, to wash. So it might be no surprise that this is a fantastic herb for cleansing and purification. When burned, it makes for a wonderful purification incense. When added to baths, it calms, soothes, and cleanses away negativity. It's also used extensively in love-drawing witchcraft. Wearing lavender as a scent attracts love. Some witches add the buds to homemade paper for writing love spells. It's particularly helpful for smoothing over arguments between lovers.
It helps sleep, too.
Yeah, it's very good for sleep. So, like, lavender spray on your pillow.
We have discovered these things called boomsticks. Mm-hmm. Boomsticks. So it's kind of like a nasal inhaler type deal for like when you're congested, and you can get them in different scents, but it's like you don't like stick it up in your nose, you just hold it close and sniff, and it's got like a mentholy kind of feel that clears, and it keeps you from having to take like a medication. And it works.
Like smelling salt.
Kinda. But it works. And like the lavender one, when you're stuffy and you just really need some good sleep, it would be perfect. So the next one I have, though, what is the dad's name in Matilda?
Oh,
Harry Wormwood?
I think so.
So think of him when I'm telling you this one. So I'm going to talk about Wormwood.
Mm-hmm.
Used to remove anger, stop war, inhibit violent acts, and for protection from all the evil eye, or from the evil eye. Carry in your vehicle to protect from accidents on dangerous roads. Using it as an incense for clairvoyance, to summon spirits, or to enhance divinatory abilities. Can be sprinkled in the path of an enemy to bring them strife and misfortune. Don't do it. Remember the law of threes. It can be poisonous, so use it with caution. It's also known as absinthe.
Okay.
It's also known as crown for a king. And then it is used to make alcoholic beverages like absinthe and vermouth. Its name comes from its use as a medication to treat people with parasitic worm infestations. Use wormwood to bring extra power to your protection spells. It is an antioxidant, antidepressant, anti-inflammatory, wound healing, and treating digestive problems, and it's an earth element.
I like that. Mugwort is an earth element. Add mugwort to dream pillows, perhaps with lavender and bay, to have prophetic dreams. When burned, it's used as an incense during divination. The leaves are also brewed into a tea for consecrating and washing crystal balls and scrying mirrors. It's sometimes taken as a tea before divination to enhance psychic powers, but should never be ingested during pregnancy, as it can stimulate the uterus and cause bleeding or miscarriage.
Oh.
So, be careful with that if you're going to mess with it.
Witch hazel. So I remember back in the day, I was introduced to witch hazel because you would use it as, like, what is it called, an astringent or whatever, to, like, clean your face.
Yeah.
So this says magical uses include chastity and protection, carry to ease grief over a lost love, use in a sachet to reduce passions, use in love spells and spells to ward off evil. It's also called hazelnut, snapping hazel, and tobacco wood. It's for comfort and healing, wisdom, protection, and soothing of anger. It's a common ingredient in natural skincare products due to its natural astringent properties. Native American cultures used forked witch hazel branches to douse for water. And we've talked about water dowsing before. This was a practice adopted by early European settlers in North America. Carry witch hazel blossoms or leaves in a pouch to soothe heartache or other emotional wounds. Burn the bark to ward off negative energy. And it's an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory, and it's a water element.
Rosemary. We've talked about rosemary on here before.
Bro, speaking of, I bought when we went to the store last night and bought all the stuff for dinner. I got like a big loaf of Italian bread for my sandwiches, but there was also a loaf of sun-dried tomato bread type stuff, and I was like, ooh, that's going to be so good, because I love like the wheat thins, the sun-dried tomato stuff, and I'm like, ooh, this is going to be so good. Girl, I opened that bag and pulled this loaf out. First of all, it was really soft, and that freaked me out. Like, the only soft bread I want is like sandwich bread.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be hard as a rock, but that top
I do be liking soft bread.
That top crust needs to have, like, if it's a loaf of bread like that, I need to feel it being a little bit.
Yeah.
You need to be able to tap
I get it. Yeah.
This was soft. I don't know what type of bread it was. As soon as you pulled it out, you could smell the rosemary. It was so much. It smelled good. It tasted awful.
Oh, that's the
worst. I threw away a whole $3 loaf of bread.
That's the worst. It's part of the fire element. In herbal magic, it's often said that rosemary can stand in for any other herb, much as a white candle can stand in for any other color. While this isn't necessarily true, rosemary's list of uses in herbal magic make it one of the most versatile herbs around. When burned, it cleanses and purifies. Sewn into a dream pillow, it keeps nightmares at bay and aids dream recall. Infused into a bath, it cleanses the aura. Stuff it into poppets for healing spells and burn it as incense in sick rooms. When used in love magic, it gently binds people together. I like that.
This one is for all of you that watch Vampire Diaries and such. Vervain is used for protection, purification, money, youth, peace, healing, and sleep. Bury it in the yard or keep in the home to encourage wealth, protect from lightning and storms, and bring peace. Put under the pillow to prevent nightmares. Use as an incense to end unrequited love. Use in prosperity spells. Carry to prevent depression and or bring creativity. Use in cleansing baths and rituals before working magic. Use in amulets, sachets, dream pillows, and baths for all-purpose protection of home and people especially children. It's also called verbena, britannica, enchanter's plant, enchanter's herb,
I do be liking verbena.
Juno's tears, holy wort, lemon verbena. I do love some lemon verbena, something or another. Like, I think that might be the cleaner. I use the Mrs. Myers cleaner stuff. I think that's what that is.
Yeah.
It's also called herb of the cross, pigeon's grass, simpler's joy. It's an old world herb of wisdom, healing, and second sight. It has been associated with the supernatural world since antiquity. In Egypt, it was known as the tears of Isis in Egypt and the tears of Hera in Greece because they believed the flowers grew where the goddess's tears fell. Use vervain to attract love and money or create protective charms to hang around your home. Medicinal uses, cold and cough remedy, and treating shortness of breath, and it's a water element. How long have we been going?
41 minutes. Garden sage is an air element. Garden sage is not to be confused with white sage, and it has a long history of use in European witchcraft. Eating some every day is said to ensure a long life, and carrying some with you brings wisdom and protects against the evil eye. The leaves are also added to healing spells as well as spells to attract wealth. There is some controversy about the use of white sage in Wicca. Some witches use it, some view it as appropriating from indigenous American cultures, while others see it simply as not part of Wicca. Other herbs like bay or lavender can substitute for white sage in smoke cleansing. Garden sage is a suitable substitute for white sage in healing spells. So instead of using white sage, which I personally believe is part of indigenous American culture, and therefore have not used it since I found that out,
Right.
We'll just use garden sage or something else. I'm a big incense person, so usually I'll just use incense for whatever cleansing or whatever. I did break down and buy, because I never thought I was a patchouli girl.
Oh, I love patchouli.
I'm a patchouli girl. I fear.
I love it.
And I bought patchouli incense. So
it is really strong.
It is very strong. And it is a very specific smell.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it.
TJ hates it when I burn it.
Like, this room spray that I have, and I hate that it's like, the scent is called Narcissist. But listen, when I tell you, if I could smell like this all the time, and this scent is patchouli based. Like, smell that.
I thought you were about to spray it at me. I was like,
no. Because the room spray it's a bit oily, so I just
smell like the aerosol type stuff. Not aerosol, but the alcohol base to it.
Yeah.
But I kind of get a sense of what it. Yeah.
It's quite fragrant.
She says as she sprays like 5 sprays of it.
Because I love it. It's such a soothing smell for me.
This next one I'm going to do is star anise. Have you ever seen star anise?
Mm-mm.
I've used it. So I had read, we live in the woods. So we're going to have little field mice from time to time.
Right.
I read somewhere, and it worked for a while. You can get little bags and make like mice deterrent and stick them in like corners and places.
That reminds me, I do need to know what this is, because my friend, the therapist friend, she discovered she has mice.
Oh.
And she has been in a tizzy.
Well, I don't remember. I'll have to find. It's been years. I'll have to find what all was in it. It was like cloves and star anise and cinnamon and something else, but it was a very strong smell.
Mm-hmm.
Star anise smells like licorice, like black licorice.
Okay.
But it gets its name from the shape of its seed pod, which is a star. This spice is used in sweet and savory dishes, giving them a strong licorice flavor. The lucky star shape makes the star anise perfect for attracting good fortune. Carry a seed pod for protection or string several together for a decorative charm to hang over your door. People be smacked in the face by licorice whenever they walk in. Magical uses is happiness, curse breaking, protection, consecration, luck, and psychic awareness. Medicinal uses is antioxidant, antimicrobial, and anti-inflammatory. Its element is fire. You can burn it as incense to increase psychic awareness and abilities, place on an altar to increase the power generated, carry to bring good luck. It's also called Chinese anise. It's a travel charm as well. So that's what I got to say about that one.
Oh, you had asked me what time we were at. We're at 46 minutes.
Okay.
Lemongrass. It's part of the air element. Lemongrass is a double-edged sword. In Wicca, it is often seen as an ingredient for developing psychic powers. It's calming and helps to deepen trance states. But in other forms of witchcraft, it's used as a hexing herb. It's also added to some aphrodisiac formulas, and when planted around the home, it's said to keep snakes away. That's good to know.
Right. Hold on, I got this one. I like this one because it just blew my mind when I found out that this was an herb type situation.
Yeah.
Marshmallow root. Did you know that marshmallows are not just the little fluffy things that you put on a s'more?
That does sound familiar.
Oh, I was like, what happened? In ancient times, it was seen as a symbol of spiritual protection and healing. You use it to make a protective amulet or in a spell to soothe spiritual ailments. Marshmallow root can sometimes cause skin allergies, especially when it's fresh. Use it for protection, cleansing, psychic power, love, sex, and fertility. It can treat asthma, bronchitis, common colds, sore throats, coughs, inflammatory bowel diseases, indigestion, stomach ulcers, and skin inflammation. Its element is water, which makes sense about the cold and cough thing, because I have seen, like, when your kids are coughing a whole lot, like, give them a couple, like, mini marshmallows to eat, and then it's better. We've tried it once or twice. I never think about it at the time.
Yeah.
Burn it as an incense for protection and psychic stimulation. Place on an altar during a ritual to draw on good spirits. It's also called althea, sweetweed, mallards, mortification plant. Yep. My third source just repeats the same freaking thing.
Vanilla. It's a part of the water element. Vanilla is found in spells for love, lust, and money. Place the beans in love sachets to attract affection, or add to food for an aphrodisiac. Bury a vanilla bean in sugar, then feed the sugar to a lover to inflame their passions. While it is subtle, vanilla should be used with caution. Outside of Wicca, it's often used as a compelling herb, meaning that it compels someone to bend to your will. Depending on the context, this may cross the line into being unethical.
Listen, I'm a vanilla bean girly.
I like vanilla.
I love all things vanilla. Like vanilla scents, like the warm vanilla sugar. Oh, I love it. If I'm baking,
yeah,
I'm gonna put vanilla in there.
Yeah.
My banana pudding,
Mm-hmm.
I put more vanilla extract in it than I probably should.
Yeah.
Because I love it, and I feel like it makes it.
It really does.
But when it comes to ice cream, I'll tolerate regular vanilla, but hit me with some vanilla bean ice cream, girl. I love it. I
A
love
homemade
it.
vanilla.
Yes. Snow cream.
I don't know that I've ever had snow cream.
What is wrong with you?
Well, it's
You
just
had a sad
because
childhood.
well, it's also because I had an overly cautious childhood, and I'm worried about what's in it.
I mean, I get it, but if you don't think about it too hard, girl.
Especially now. I probably would have been more apt to it when I was a kid.
You never
but-
do it on the first snow,
Yeah.
but like the second snow of the season,
Yeah.
girl, we'll
I just feel
sacrifice
like
our
there's-
insides.
I feel like there's chemicals in that snow.
I say we'll sacrifice. I'll sacrifice my insides and I will tear up. I will put, if it's snowing pretty decently
Yeah.
and I know I can accumulate quite a bit, I'll put a bowl out there for a couple hours, a metal bowl.
Yeah.
We'll collect as much of that snow as we can. And then I'm coming in and we making it. A little bit of milk, a little bit of sugar, lots of vanilla.
Yeah.
Girl. I do enjoy a homemade ice cream over anything that you can buy at a store, though. Like,
See?
that's my childhood. Like,
Yeah.
when I'd go stay with my aunt in the summer times,
Mm-hmm.
at least, I would say 2, 3, 4 times during the summer, we would have a night in the evening where we'd go
Yeah.
outside and play, and they'd just let the ice cream maker just do its thing until it was ready. We'd have vanilla, and we'd put chocolate syrup in it, or we'd have, which homemade vanilla
Mhm.
and snow cream were very similar.
Yeah.
Peach ice cream was always my favorite, homemade peach or homemade strawberry, but the peach was,
Yeah, my mom had a phase where we had an ice cream maker.
I think
she
I've done
would
it
make
like once.
Ice
in my
cream.
entire
First of all,
adulthood.
it's loud.
Yeah.
Second of all, I don't know what she ended up doing that made it weird, but it ended up being like greasy somehow.
Ew.
I don't know. I think she was using too much vanilla. So it was more of like that alcohol flavor.
Yeah.
I don't know, but something went awry, ended up going awry with it, and it just ended up just not being good.
Can I just also say for all of the people that listening that love to bake, don't get bougie with your vanilla extract.
Why not?
The cheaper the stuff, the better it tastes. Because no, I'm telling you,
I have Mexican vanilla.
I was a firm believer in Mexican vanilla.
I'm staying a firm believer in Mexican vanilla.
Love Mexican vanilla. However, the last bottle of stuff that I believe my parents got me was like a clear instead of the brown. And it was supposed to be more concentrated, so you use half of what you generally use. And it was not, there's a vast difference in taste and quality in that, as opposed to, I bought just the cheapest, not cheapest, but like it's a big bottle of the Baker's vanilla, it's imitation vanilla extract.
Yeah.
My baking is top tier comparatively.
Yeah.
Like, it's
See,
got a much better flavor.
I
I've
was
read things
gifted-
that say that is the best that you can get, and it's cheap.
Yeah. I don't know. I just really like that Mexican. I didn't realize what I was missing until I had it.
Now, I will tell you, the kind that you can buy at like Walmart, it's like, it starts with an M or something. It's like a white label.
Yeah. I think it comes in a glass bottle.
Mine's always plastic. It's like
Okay.
brown
Yeah.
bottle, but the liquid inside of it's also brown.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
really good, and I prefer it over the clear stuff that I got last. But this,
I was gonna
Baker's
say that
brand,
if I get like extracts, I usually try to get that brand.
yeah. If the Baker stuff though, it's just I love it, love it.
But
We'll hit like 1 or 2 more each.
yeah, that'd be fine.
Let's do.
I think I'm nearing the end of this list. I've been kind of scrolling past some.
Yeah, me too.
This one I picked specifically because I have some of it. Like I
think I'm
specifically grew this.
Oh, I like this just because of its name. Hold on. Let me see if I have it on 2 things. I don't. I'm a little upset. Never mind. The name of it's Jezebel root, but I don't want to go into it because it's not nice. Let's do. I don't want to steal one of yours. This one of yours, whorehound.
I don't have that one.
Whorehound has been used as a medicinal herb since at least the 1st century BC, when it was mentioned in the medical treatise de Medicina by Roman medical encyclopedist Aulus Cornelius Celsus. He recommended using the herb for ulcers or a dry cough. Whorehound is still used in the formulation of candies and some cough syrups. Use whorehound in protection charms and spells to bring balance and clarity. Protects against evil, mental clarity, creativity, and balance. It's an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, sedative, treats cancer, diabetes, and liver diseases. It's an earth element deal. It helps with stimulating creativity and inspiration, balances personal energies, excellent for use in home blessings, placed near doorways to keep trouble away, and it's also called white whorehound and bugleweed.
I don't like that face.
Why would hops be used for dream pillows? I mean, it makes sense that it would increase restfulness and maybe serenity of sleep.
Yeah.
But I don't want to smell it.
No, I don't like hops. I don't like the way they smell.
I don't like beer.
Nettles. So, which are a fire element, which I'll explain that in a minute. So, nettles are most often used for protection and exorcism in herbal magic. To send a curse back to its source, stuff a poppet with nettles. When burned as incense, it wards off evil spirits and malicious witchcraft. When worn, it keeps negative energy away. So there's a book series, a cozy mystery book series that I love, and it's witchcraft is the basis of a good part of the series because the main character is a witch. So she, on her front door, on the door of her apartment, she has stinging nettles, like dried stinging nettles in like a wreath or something. So, and it was, the author made sure to include information that was accurate. So, like, then I looked into stinging nettles and I ordered some stinging nettle seeds off of the Zon. And
the Zon.
So now by my front, like where my front porch is, there's that little flower bed thing that used to be my box I would step up on to exercise. And now it's a planter. It's stinging nettles for protection. So, and to ward off evildoers. And heaven help if you accidentally touch it, stings. It stings so bad if you touch it. Like, I think I can feel how bad it stings just from thinking about touching it.
See, we've always, like, jellyfish. We've called, they have stinging nettle.
Yeah.
Like, when you're swimming at the beach and there's no jellyfish around and you just feel, like, itchy and burning. Mom always told us it's because jellyfish stinging nettle was floating around. Like, they lose their stinging nettle or whatever.
Yeah.
And that is the worst feeling.
Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was repainting my porch at the end of the summer. And, like, I eventually had to be like, can you get the weed eater and cut this down? Because I had to, like, reach behind it. And it just one leaf barely, like, grazed my arm. And when I tell you, it felt like my arm was on fire. But, like, it didn't leave a mark. You couldn't tell. And I was like, I was like, I'm going to need you to trim this up or something because I got to paint this porch.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it's a regrower. So, like, I planted it, like, not...
She a grower, not a shower.
Yeah. So, I planted it 2 summers ago, and it, like, returned So I anticipate the same, that it will return again.
Right.
Because even after we like trimmed it down, it did
kept
start
coming.
growing back.
Yeah.
So is she here for good? And it gets tall.
Oh. Not a kid-friendly plant then.
No. No.
So this last one I'm going to talk about is garlic, or as I like to refer to it as, jarlic.
See, I called it. I was at the grocery store and I was like, oh, I need some more garlic. And he was like, you need what? I said, garlic in a jar. Jarlic.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Nobody says that.
Lots of people say that.
That's what I said.
I've seen people, there's one specific guy on TikTok that does recipes. Pretty sure he's gay, but they're always like the best recipes, and he's like, we're going to use our jarlic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So it's famous in folklore for its power to repel vampires. Garlic can be found in nearly every kitchen witch's arsenal. Garlic is also one of the ingredients in bald's eye salve, an Anglo-Saxon remedy from the 9th century that is still used as an effective treatment for MRSA infections. Add garlic to any meal to encourage healing and protection. I do love me some garlic. Garlic bread.
I have recently, I don't even think Daniel knows this, but when I make our taco meat, I'll saute onions and then a little bit of garlic, and then I'll put our hamburger meat in.
When I do my Cajun chicken.
He doesn't particularly like onions, but he was like, if they're in there, I'll eat them.
Right. When we do our Cajun chicken, Gemma loves this recipe for some reason, but I do like a Cajun chicken, and it's like you just take you cut up like chicken tenderloins or chicken breasts into small cubes.
Yeah.
And you put like a shit ton of spices and herbs in a bowl, shake them around, coat them really good.
Yeah.
And then fry them up like that in a skillet with some oil.
Mm-hmm.
And then take them out. And then saute you some garlic with a shit ton of butter.
Yeah.
And then once that's good and brown and fragrant, you throw your chicken back in and coat it with all that.
Mm-hmm.
So good. But I always either like overcook it.
Yeah.
Or I overdo it with the garlic.
Mm.
Because with it being coated with all that, because I'm telling you, it is coated.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell when the chicken's actually done. So I'm real scared about it.
Yeah.
It's
like whenever I cook chicken,
I get real nervous about
I'm constantly in my head going, all the food is poison.
Yeah, I'm real nervous about it. So it's used for healing, protection, courage, and exorcism. It reduces inflammation, protects the heart, lowers blood pressure and cholesterol, and fights germs. It's a fire element. Purification of spaces and objects. It's used to invoke Hecate.
Yeah.
I always have a hard time with that one. Guards against negative magic, spirits, and the envy of others. Hang in the home to bring togetherness to the family or keep your willpower strong. I don't know that I want garlic to be hanging in my house. I don't want my house to smell like garlic.
I don't know. I do be kind of liking the garlic.
Earlier, whenever I was like, he's cooking garlic bread.
Yeah.
Said to ward off bad weather when worn or carried during outside activities. Believed to absorb diseases. Rub fresh peeled garlic against ailing body parts, then throw the garlic into running water. It's also called stinkweed. I have heard of people like taking garlic cloves and rubbing it on like the bottoms of their feet.
Yeah.
Or like when you've got like a sinus infection, I've seen people put cloves of garlic like up in their nostril for a little bit, and it brings all of that out.
Yeah. Maybe I should try that.
I don't want that stuck in my nose though. I can't, like, I like garlic, but I don't like smelling it constantly. Like, there's one specific pizza place that we go to every once in a while in Nashville. Mm-hmm. It's good. It is so good. And we always get their garlic knots, and they are like floating in garlic and Parmesan and oil, and they're so good. but I cannot stand how I smell for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Like, I have to go home and change clothes and brush my teeth and wash my face immediately.
No, I'm good.
I can't. That's all I got for that one.
I say we call it.
Okay. Sounds good.
I am going to leave that open, though, because I want to further explore those.
Look at some of the other ones that I put on there, too.
Yeah. I'll look at all those articles.
So, we hope you liked this one. We're going to try and get back into the herbs and crystals and whatnot.
Yeah, do more topics like this and kind of make sure we have a good eclectic mix. I know I mentioned earlier when we were going to get dinner, I was like, I want to do another Royals episode.
Right.
I would like to do more modern Royals, like mention Diana more and that kind of stuff. If there's any specific topics that y'all would like to hear, make sure and let us know. You can message us on our socials,
like Facebook,
Instagram,
TikTok,
YouTube,
and you can email us at wandersofweird@gmail.com. Okay.
That makes me think of the other night. I was watching the stream, and one of the girls was like, I'm tipsy, Pixie, tell me what to have for dinner. So Pixie just goes on this long explanation of what kind of Mexican food she needs to order for dinner, and she just goes, okay. And like, I was like, that okay after all that about took me out. But what it was she was tipsy and was not prepared to write that down.
Yeah.
But she ordered it, so she's Canadian. And she was like, I've never had queso, but I'm so excited. And all of us were like, hold up. Wait a minute. You've never had queso?
There are people on this earth that have never had queso.
Let me explain. So then she posts a video in the Discord of her trying her Mexican food and trying the queso. This queso is orange.
Oh.
And we were like, honey, we understand why you've never had queso before. So she's going to be coming to the retreat.
That's what I was about to say. Y'all got to get some good queso.
We'll make sure she gets some good queso. Because I was like, I ain't never seen no queso like that.
However, she's going to get back home and be like, we don't have this here.
Yeah. She's going to be like, what is this shit y'all are serving us?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I would say, though, because Canada is so far away to be very much influenced by that.
Right. Because she was like, I'm sorry, my tacos sucked. And we were like, actually, the tacos looked bomb. Well, it was that queso that looked sus.
It's probably white people tacos, so
definitely. Like, it was definitely, like, not. And, I mean, even, like, what we order at the Mexican restaurant is white people tacos.
It's not true tacos. Like, we get like a Tex-Mex.
Right. They're white people in that for us.
I do love a good like food truck taco.
Yeah.
It's you eat it. It's so good, but you're gonna spend a while in the bathroom.
Pronounce it. The birria.
Oh, the birria.
Birria tacos. Love that.
So you and I got was it birria quesadilla or was it a birria taco? We got tacos.
They were tacos
at that one place.
Yes,
and they were good.
The one.
I don't like it.
It's okay. It's too much cheese.
Yeah.
I end up eating like 2 of them and then just picking the meat out of the other 2.
I didn't like it.
Like,
it is very close to the flavor of their carnitas, so I feel like they're using, because birria is truly just the style in which they cook the food.
Yeah.
It's not the actual meat itself, it's the style in which. So, like, but I feel like they're using the same meat as the carnitas, and I can taste, that's all I taste is just straight carnita, which I love carnitas.
I really liked them from that other place. Yeah. I liked those tacos.
Listen to me.
The experience of dipping it in the little juice. Oh,
that sauce was top tier.
It is so good.
Now, carnitas, on the other hand, listen, when you get them at this place out here, It tastes like a roast, basically, like a pork
It
roast.
looks like roast.
It's so good, but you get it. And I'm not huge on eating like raw onion, but like they give you tortillas with it. You shred the meat up a little bit, put it on there, spread you some. I usually put like a little bit of my refried beans on there, maybe some rice, and then put my meat down. Get like a piece or two of the raw onion. And just a little tiny bit of the avocado, because they give you like just straight avocado on your plate.
Yeah.
Oh,
that does sound
that's my
so good.
favorite.
I'm so full, but that sounds so good.
But all right, guys.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.